These are some of the videos that just make me want to disconnect from humanity sometimes, man. But look, lock in, make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get these videos to like 15,000 likes. Share these videos with your friends and families. If they like this type of content, man, we're cool over here. We talk about a bunch of dope topics. You're not forced to believe anything, you know. Just let me know how you feel about these videos in the comments down below. And just know, if you're going through a tough time, just know you're not in this life by yourself. We're going through this thing called life together. But look, make sure y'all watch this video all the way to the end, because this is gonna be explosive. I just hope you're ready. Let's get it, baby.
Okay, we need to have a really serious conversation, and I need all hands on deck when it comes to witch talk. What is he saying in this video? And yes, he really posted this the other night on his True Social and apparently took it down right away, but this is fucking scary. First of all, help. Second of all, this is how we end up with tinfoil hats permanently on our motherfucking heads. That was absolutely some kind of incantation. I need someone to translate for us. Is it another language? I mean, help. I tried to Google the phonetics, and there was like an African god that was kind of close, Ashaka. But again, I don't know if that's really what he's saying in that video. Like, what the fuck? Y'all, do you remember when they got mad about Obama's tan suit? I would pay all of the money in my bank account, which, to be honest with you, isn't much, but like all of it, to go back there to that time when things were normal. You can talk shit about politeness and decorum as much as you want to. I don't want my president posting shit like that. That is fucking scary, dude.
Rainbow.
The book I read is called 1984. It's about a guy who thinks the government is lying to him. Spoiler, he's right. There are cameras everywhere.
Who's that? Who are they?
Hey, get your ass out of here, man.
The end is near.
Huh?
And so I face the final curtain.
Fuck no! Bro, Donald Trump has been posting some absolutely wild
Yo.
shit. Like, bro, what the fuck? If Iran does not sign this deal, the whole country is getting blown. Yeah, bro. Yeah, at this point, I really don't know. What the fuck is about to happen?
Fox News is showing you a downed pilot, this woman right here, but I found the real signature. This is the grandma who just delivered McDonald's to the White House. So her name is Sharon Simmons. She's not flying no F-18s. She's driving for the 9 million people. This isn't a mistake either. It's a narrative glitch. When the morality of the newsroom is gone, they just reuse the faces and hope you aren't watching the patterns. We talked about the Epstein files and the scientists vanishing. And now we see the media can't even get their cast members right. The off switch is being pulled on their credibility in real time.
Wow. You know, like, bro, like, so look, I've seen people trying to explain like, oh, that's not Trump that's actually posting these things. And there's a lot of information and a lot of other third-party organizations that beg you differ. So let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. Like, what does this mean? Let me know down there. Smash that like button.
The great thing about the Epstein files is that you've always known about the Epstein files. You've known your whole life, silly. Stay with me. Elites have never been honest, not in the 1600s when the Roman Catholics were burning people for the scientific method, or in 221 BC when the Qin dynasty was burying Confucian scholars alive. The elites have always understood that the narrative is a weapon, so they go to great lengths to control. The issue with this method of oppression is that it's expensive. It requires infrastructure, military, weapons, labor, and it is not very stable. People fight back, uprisings, revolutions. It does not sustain itself. The elites today aren't going to make the mistakes of their predecessors. They're not necessarily government leaders, not monarchs or emperors. These are a class of people whose power does not depend on constituents. They are nationless and lawless. If things are really so bad, so perverted, why are we allowed to talk about it? Why can I make this video? Why let us see the files? It's simple, really. Our consent is not required. Instead of maintaining a prison through mass censorship, restriction, kidnapping journalists, why not give us freedom? Why not build algorithms in an information culture that rewards outrage and entertainment? There is no longer a question of truth because we do not look for truth. Why lie to us if we can lie to ourselves and to each other on their systems? Why not let us create our own rabbit holes and echo chambers and pay them to make our own propaganda? And why not test this little idea? Why not introduce ambiguity, reality distortion, and apathy into our bloodstream bit by bit? Why not start with education and pop culture and let things get weird? Let it seep into our politics, into finance. Why not shut the world down for years and then just act like it never happened? Would someone do something? Still no? So then, why not just say fuck it and let the dogs out? So you see, you were ready for this. The best way to weaponize the narrative is to erase its value altogether. In a world without checks and balances, what is there left to do except come up with a new world?
Hey everyone. I just wanted to quickly make this video to prove to you that we can no longer trust anything that we see with our eyes. We can't trust images that we see on social media. We can't trust videos. We can't trust our friends. We can't trust the news. We can't trust anything or anyone. So be careful out there.
Damn, like which one was he? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Bro, like, see, look, AI getting way too good. See, look, people were trying to understand like why I was putting AI in the beginning when this first started, when it was messing, when AI used to mess up the hands and the eyeballs just rolling around their head doing whatever they want. That was our opportunity to understand how good it was getting, but at the same time how terrible. And now just that fast, I told you it's gonna be ramping up. They fixed the hands, they fixed the eyeballs, they even fixed the speech to match the mouths and stuff, like a lot better. It looks a lot more natural. They're mimicking us at an accelerated level. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is absolutely mind-blowing. We can't trust anything anymore. So let's smash that like button. People need to see this.
Iran decided to fire bullets yesterday at the Strait of Hormuz, a total violation of our ceasefire agreement. Many of them were
Not them doing a voiceover of Donald Trump's writing. It's crazy. His post that he put on, I think, on Truth Social.
aimed at a French ship and a freighter from the United Kingdom of Alderaan. That wasn't nice, was it? My representatives are going to Islamabad, Pakistan. They will be there tomorrow evening. I'm sending my apprentice, J.D. Vance, to join them for negotiations. Iran recently announced that they were closing the strait, which is strange, because our blockade has already closed it! They're helping us without knowing, and they are the ones that lose with the closed passage. $500 million a day. The United Empire loses nothing! In fact, many ships are headed right now. You're walking into a trap, as is your rebel fleet. Texas, Louisiana, and Alaska to load up compliments of the IRGC, always wanting to be the tough guy. We're offering a very fair and reasonable deal, and I hope they take it, because if they don't, the United States is going to knock out every single power plant and every single bridge in Iran. No more Mr. Nice Guy! They'll come down fast. They'll come down easy. And if they don't take the deal, it will be my honor to do what has to be done, which should have been done to Iran by other presidents for the last 47 years. It's time for the Iran killing machine to end. Now witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational battle station. Fire at will, Hegseth. Oh, I'm afraid that the Strait of Hormuz will be quite operational when the rest of the world arrives.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. Donald Trump be kirking out, don't he? He be kirking out. This is. I don't even know what to say, y'all. I don't even know what to say. Like, I hope the world don't think that this is a direct reflection of like how us as a whole think. I just hope not. Y'all know we don't. We're, that's not us. So if y'all gonna do anything, you know, y'all can miss us with the BS. we didn't vote for this.
I wish I could blow the whistle and tell you everything I know, but unfortunately for the safety of my own life, I can't. But I'll tell you enough. My name is Hunter Howell, and I went on record on February 17th, and I said that the USA would bomb Iran on behalf of Israel. This was 11 days prior to them doing so. Then on the 18th, the day after, I doubled down on record and said that people are about to die. A lot of people are about to die, was my exact wording, and that the war is going to happen 10 days prior to it starting. Thousands have died since. I then went on record with a buddy of mine online named Keith Goldberg, and he can verify this. We were on live together, and me and him both said that the ceasefire deal would fall apart very fast, and guess what? It did. I went on record a third time saying on February 24th that the war is happening. So I went on record 3 times before. I've been on record saying that the ceasefire was going to fall apart, and I can't say everything I want to now. But my next big chilling prediction is this is all gearing towards a war between the United States and China. A hot war. Before you say nothing ever happens, shame on you, because so many people have died, and this shit is actually very serious. No jokes, no mentions of anything that I'm trying to promote. Venezuela. Their oil, the United States sees that. Just so you know, that's 5% of China's oil imports. You might not think that's a huge deal, but wait until you realize that now we're blockading Iran's oil passage as well with our Navy blockade. Well, that's 13% of China's oil imports. So in combined total, about 18 to 20%, a fifth of all imports of oil to China are being choked off right now by the United States. China is getting more and more aggressive with Taiwan. Taiwan produces 90% of the world's most advanced data chips. Who benefits from these data chips? American tech giants in the industry, such as Apple and Nvidia, things of that nature. If China ends up taking Taiwan, they will control the chips. If they control the chips, the United States tech industry completely collapses. Additionally, came out in March that China has been mapping the ocean floor in preparation for submarine warfare with the United States. I can't say this last part because I would be blowing the whistle on something that could really put me in serious danger. But yeah, that's my next big prediction. This is what it's turning into, is a Cold War standoff between the USA and China. We're in officially a Cold War Part 2. It took me a while to realize that, but it's so clear as day now. And if it turns into a hot war, it would become World War III. We're not in World War III, but we are in officially, the history books will see this as not just a little aggression war of the US and Israel against Iran. It'll be seen as the Cold War Part 2 between USA and China. Much love. More news tomorrow.
I know how to brainwash the masses so they forget who they truly are. Step 1. Convince them that working in a cubicle and sacrificing a life for health insurance and stability is the point of life. Step 2. Convince them through systemized religion that the power is outside of them and that they are powerless, and that if they don't agree with it, they're evil, demonic, and they're going to hell. Step number 3. Raise them in a school system that trains followers and workers, and that their validation is focused only on results and things outside of them. Step 4. Convince them they have the power to choose who is their leader, when in reality it's just to create more separation and distort the fact that through the power of oneness, we would be able to achieve world peace. Oh, and convince them that this is what success looks like, and that you must make sure that you grind your way all the way to the top and you prioritize money being the only thing that you chase after, and that if you don't,
you're a fucking loser.
And that is how you brainwash an entire society to forget their true power and what it is that they actually came to Earth to do. Your soul came here to be more of the awakening of the collective consciousness that is more love and light. There's never been a more powerful time in history to return to what it is that you truly are and remember what you truly are capable of.
A whistleblower from OpenAI has come forward to report that Sam Altman is building portals around the world and using AI to summon aliens.
Capacity is shaping the balance of power between nations and all of our security. One former OpenAI executive said, quote, "We're building portals from which we're genuinely summoning aliens. The portals currently exist in the United States and China, and Sam has added one in the Middle East. It's just like wildly important to get how scary that should be."
I have to wonder if this might be part of the reason that these tech executives are building these massive data centers all over the world. I mean, just look at how many are under construction in the US as of February of 2026. What is the race to win AI really about? And could it be as evil as people have been trying to warn? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below. Something very sinister is going on. Another American UFO-linked scientist was found dead. Her name is Amy Eskridge. She's only 34 years old, and she allegedly died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head after telling her friends that she felt that her life was in danger. Now, this was in 2022, but we have to add her to the list. Line of work, trying to develop anti-gravity technology to revolutionize space travel and energy production. Here's a list of the other 10 scientists who have either been found dead or have disappeared. And what you will see is a pattern. They're either shot in their home or they go missing while hiking. Jason Thomas went missing in December of 2025, and his body was later found in a lake. Many of these scientists worked in UFO research programs or with jet propulsion programs. This is not a coincidence. These scientists are being taken out on purpose, but the question is, by who and why? 2 days ago, before we added Amy to the list, Peter Dossie asked Caroline Levitt, our press secretary, if they are investigating this. This is what she said.
I've seen the report, Peter. I haven't spoken to our relevant agencies about it. I will certainly do that and we'll get you an answer. If true, of course, that's definitely something I think this government and administration would deem worth looking into. So let me do that for you.
It's interesting that they're not already looking into it, considering this administration's fascination with aliens and UFOs. It makes you wonder if there's something that they might be trying to hide. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Go, yeah. I don't want to do your dirty work no more.
That's kind of concerning, because, you know, what's his name? David Wilcock, right? This is a guy that was on like Gaia, stuff like that super early, man. And he used to talk about extraterrestrial stuff all the time. And I'm pretty sure that he was deep into that type of work as well. And yesterday, I guess, you know, he had a situation. I don't know the complete story. Y'all fill me in the comments down below. From what I understand is that pretty much he was tripping. He went outside in front of the police and he did it to himself. What we've been talking about with, like, I think it got something to do with like some type of mind control, man. Once they, or it's a severe threat to your friends or your family if, you know, you don't shut the hell up, because they don't care about other people that haven't like me. I haven't stepped in those facilities and been working on anti-gravity technology and all this other stuff. I've seen certain stuff, but I'm happy kind of my shit ain't that deep. Because obviously something is going on if you can catch the trend. Like, so pretty soon nobody's going to know about this topic. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to keep moving.
How long do you think, you know, we have before this could actually hit?
We? You mean how long till it all goes sideways? Honestly, 5 years, tops. Maybe 3 if the Iran thing pops off. Look, the grid's already creaking. 2025 had that test blackout in Texas. Officially maintenance, but 4chan dug up leaked memos saying it was a dry run for cyber ops. And now, China's got quantum decryption tools, Russia's poking holes in NATO nets, and our own DHS just admitted critical infrastructure is 90% vulnerable. No one's fixing it. They're building AI backups instead. For what? To keep the elites online while we starve in the dark? But here's the kicker. They won't announce it. It'll be scheduled maintenance, then unexpected outage, then national emergency. Phones die first. Cell towers need power too, then ATMs, then gas. If you're not off-grid by 2030, you're toast. Prep now. Solar charger, hand crank radio, gold coins, not crypto. That'll vanish too. We got maybe 36 months before the first big one. After that, welcome to the new normal.
The big one, the first big one, explain a day, that day. How's that day going to go for your average person?
That day, picture this. You wake up, phone's dead, no signal, no alarm. Lights flicker out mid-shower, fridge hums silent. Outside, traffic's jammed because signals are dark. Cars stalled at intersections, horns blaring. Gas stations? Pumps won't work without power. ATMs? Brick. Banks offline. Your Tesla's app? Useless. Batteries fine, but no charging network, no maps. You step out, neighbors yelling, "What the hell?" Stores shutter fast. Cash registers down. Credit cards worthless. People hoard bread, water lines snake around blocks 'cause pumps fail. Hospitals switch to generators, but meds run low quick. Riots? Not day one. More like panic buying, fights over the last cans. Cops are stretched thin, no dispatch, no radios. By noon, word spreads. Cyber hit. China or Russia, maybe both. News? Only battery radios crackle static. You realize, no Uber, no DoorDash, no Netflix. Just you, darkness, and whatever's in your pantry. First 24 hours, shock. Then hunger. Then fear. If it lasts weeks, welcome to survival mode. That's why I say prep, because average Joe's gonna wake up and realize the system's a house of cards.
On the other side of the fence, there's multiple parties looking at each other like, didn't we tell this bitch 3 years ago that we kill people for this? Is she not listening? What is she doing? She's still doing it? What? We told her we were going to kill her 3 years ago. So I have these two different scenarios floating constantly in my life where I have people being like, do it, do it, do it. You're the one, do it. And then I have multiple people being like, they're going to kill you. Don't do it. They're going to kill you.
Yeah. And Hal, you know Hal really
Hal's a liar though.
Hal is the doctor from Stranger Things who will torture little alien kids.
No, he is.
Get all the juice out of their brain. And
Hal is actually extremely evil.
Yes.
No, I've met the man. He's extremely evil. He's very quiet. He listens more than he talks. But you can tease things out of him, but it's only what he wants you to tease out of him. He's like a nice old grandpa. Like you talk to him and he's like quiet and sweet and gentle, like a nice old grandpa, but he's evil as fuck. It's creepy. Lou is evil. Brandenburg is evil. Brandenburg is like super evil.
Oh, I didn't know that she was like calling people out by name and stuff like, oh wow. Like this is just getting even weirder. See, I always seen clips of her just speaking about, the different technologies and stuff that they're hiding, but I never seen her talk about particular people. Oh, that takes it to another step for me. Somebody really wants to hide something. They don't want their name involved. They want you telling people on the internet that they're crazy and evil. But yeah, think of the comments down below. Then boom. And I have something else that's even more strange. So look at this next clip. She's talking about the elites and stuff like that being actual time travelers. Let's put this in perspective. All right, so just theoretically, if the thing she's talking about is true and somebody wanted to hide it, we know how that goes. Get you up out of here, right? They could do many different things and make it look like it was all on you. But it kind of made me feel weird, man. Y'all remember? Look, you remember the Tomorrow War? They came from the future and they're trying to tell us about about a calamity that's about to happen, and they're already prepared for it. No wonder why all of these different celebrities and people that are in like realms where there's nothing but rich folks around. No, none of the goyim. There's nothing but rich folks around, and they speaking about how to survive the next thing to come, man. It bet not be that. Cause if it's that, I don't know if we ain't gonna win that one, man. I didn't see. If you didn't see the movie, you didn't see the movie. First of all, nigga, you're not gonna punch me through no portal, drop me through the sky, and I'm about to fight some big reptile with that shooting out spurs out the back of his goddamn butt. Oh no, you're not, and they eating you and hanging you and stuff. No, I'm not going. I'm going straight to prison. Y'all gonna have to come get me before I fight in that war. I ain't gonna lie to you. The portal shit scared me enough. And then them big things, oh no. With a whole bunch of people that ain't never did this before, oh no. I'd rather just die in my crib, you know what I'm saying? Just hold up there. But let's get back into this. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to let it be known just in case they trying to audition me to come back to fight for some shit. Just know, you seen this video. You already know what I'm on. I ain't going. They gonna try to come get me, ain't they?
Amy Eskridge, one of the 11 scientists that committed suicide, said before she died that she believed we had elites and people living among us that were from the future. Watch this.
So the ultra-terrestrials, I'll just tell you. The ultra-terrestrials, I think, have you heard of the P-52s and the P-47s? Do you know what that is? They're us from the future. They're from here. They are you. They are me. They're from here, from the future. P-47 is present plus 47,000 years. P-52 is present plus 52,000 years. And basically there's a calamity, right? So there's like a apocalypse scenario in the near future. It wipes out most of like everything, man. And there's the ones that go underground and survive, right? And then there's the ones that somehow stay on the surface and miraculously don't die.
Is this part of the reason why bunker sales have exploded in recent years? Because we or our descendants are time traveling to tell us how to survive what's to come? It's all really crazy, but it's important to note that Amy made every effort possible to let her friends and business partners know that she was not suicidal and would not kill herself, but instead that she feared for her life. So it makes you wonder if she was just speaking too much truth about ultra-terrestrials, propulsion systems, and everything else. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
David Wilcock, he knew the truth about black people. He understood that there was a metaphysical symbiotic connection between black people's DNA and how it's able to interface with these ultra-terrestrials who are interdimensional, outer-dimensional, extraterrestrial entities that come from a different star system, which are basically the same entities that the 12 scientists were also talking about, the ones that came up missing. So there's a metaphysical connection to everything that's taking place when it comes to the unaliving of David Wilcock and the 12 scientists missing. Now, here's a video back from 2012 where David Wilcock said verbatim that he will be unalived for putting out information talking about Simeon Toko, a man who had the abilities of Jesus, a man from Africa. And he said that he will be unalived for putting out this information inside of his book.
The crazy story that I heard, which, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this, that I would be killed. And I ended up putting it in the book anyway. The story was that this guy, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, and sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces. These very like radioactive shielded containers, and then these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to the corners of the world. And then these containers turn them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices.
Now, when you get into the esoterics and the conspiracy of it, David Wilcock, he died on 4/20 at age 53. So from April 20th all the way up until the time of June 12th of 2026, that's 53 days apart exactly. And that's when the movie Disclosure Day comes out on June 12th. So from June 12th all the way back to April 20th is exactly 53 days apart, and David Wilcock was unalived at age 53. There's an esoteric connection with that. And then when you look at the movie cover of Disclosure Day, it's the same deer that was on Leave the World Behind. So there's a metaphysical connection with that.
Venus perils.
Our time on this world has come to an end. We must leave you behind.
Burn the pyramids to ash.
Dope as hell. Somebody made that right there, but it's pretty much hitting on what, like time travel stuff like that she was trying to get away, and she wanted her seed to survive and beware. But look, check out these next clips.
Metcalf guys, this is a big day. Breaking information, the most important release that we've ever brought to you guys. Now, you know the story, 2,100 videos in 2 years, time date stamped videos, no AI. We've gone to MUFON investigations, and during that time, we had one of the top archaeologists in Mexico City, Tula region, Arturo Hernandez, that found a 30-foot underground temple, about 25 feet underground, located by LADAR. And these are the relics that we started working with him on. And what's mind-blowing is we've been putting together our theories with these relics, guys, that are going into our museum opening up. But one came that absolutely blew our minds. Now, we've heard of the Boogosphere. It was in Colombia, and they captured it. They've been basically doing tests on it. Carbon dating from University of Georgia, 12,560 years old, I believe. Guys, University of Georgia carbon dated our relics in the temple, the cave that we found them in. You can see this one specifically. Look at the erosion, guys. That cannot be made by humans. That's erosion over the thousands of years, consistent with the relics found in Tula region, city of Mexico. But what we found out of all the spheres that we have is one matches a Boogosphere, guys. One. Look at this. Look at the symbols. They all match. 3 of the symbols on the Boogosphere match these 3 here. Guys, these are the beings that are controlling them, the Greys, okay? They are the ones controlling it, and this shows that it's real.
Do you believe in dinosaurs?
You don't believe in dinosaurs?
The entire dinosaur industry is a massive psyop designed to brainwash the masses into believing the theory of evolution. That is why dinosaurs are everywhere. Movies, games, books, kids' pajamas, lunch boxes. And we're supposed to believe they all died 65 million years ago from a single meteor. The evidence is flimsy at best. You know, until the 1850s, no culture anywhere in the world had any written or verbal evidence even suggesting the existence of dinosaurs. And it was only in the 1850s that the first fossils were found. Exactly when Darwin was coming up with his theory of evolution. You know, all the bones in museums are fake, right? They even tell you they're fake. That big T-Rex they got in the Natural History Museum, fake. Says so on a plaque right in front of it. These bones were made in China. No, the real bones, they're kept under lock and key. Far too valuable for plebs like us to see. No, no, no. Only top paleontologists are allowed to see them.
Dave, come on. I don't care about dinosaurs.
Well, then how do you expect to understand why my daughter was killed?
There's just something about this photo that doesn't make sense. Horse and buggy, only one guy with one. These people look like they are on a field trip to the future. Massive buildings on each side, a temple in the background. That don't fit. San Jose, California, 1866. There is nothing Literally nothing there. They're viewing from the courthouse. What does that look like? That don't fit either. American West, cowboys, horses, cattle drives, and massive insane asylums. That don't fit. Okay, back in California, Sacramento, 1870s. This is a view from the new Capitol in the 1870s. Let's check it out. If it was just a fence, maybe that would fit, but that's in the back. That don't fit. Wow. Birmingham, Alabama, early 20th century. What's the outside look like? Okay, that really doesn't fit, guys. Florida? That's in Florida? Florida? Come on. Okay, Florida. We get it. You had infrastructure there already. Okay, we get it. Jeez, it don't fit at all. What the hell? What is this a sketch of? What architect it? What is this of? Penn Station. That was Penn Station. You just showed it? That doesn't. No. James Monroe's tomb. 1863. What? This is the 5th president's tomb? Like, he died in like the 1830s. Then they moved his remains to Richmond right before the Civil War. The only thing that is spot on in this photo is that they call the Civil War theater. It's the only thing. Okay, I like fun. Roller coaster? What is this, Six Flags? What is it? Where are we at? Not a roller coaster. That is a bridge in Germany in 1887. That don't fit. Aw. Portland, Oregon. Look how cute it is in 1859. Let's go a little forward. 1885. What is that? It says it right there. It says high school. It says high school, guys. Guys! That doesn't fit at all. Fort Pulaski, Savannah, Georgia. What's the history? What's the history on this? Fort Pulaski was built in 18 years, frequently stopping because of Georgia summers. Okay. 25 million bricks. In 1847, it was built for 147 guns, although they used no more than 30. What did the workers think that did 25 million bricks? Built 147 holes just to pew out of it like this, and they only used 30. What did they think about that? This photo says it all. That doesn't. This photo says it all. Look at them just lounging. They're just lounging up there. 25 million bricks, and they have like 7 people in the fort. I mean, the dress doesn't. I'm not gonna say it. She looks scary. The 1911 Wanamaker department store in Philadelphia. Do you see something? It's a department store. Do you see something? It had, and still has, the largest fully functioning organ in the world. 28,000 pipes. That don't fit. I'll just think of this photo sometimes and just stare at it. Just look at Chicago City Hall. Just stare at it. This guy's chestnut stand doesn't fit. Neither do the horse and buggies, but just look at it.
That's Adam and Eve and the snake. That's a blue snake and Adam and Eve right there. This is the Singing Tower in Florida.
Bok Tower Gardens in Lake Wales, Florida was created by philanthropist Edward W. Bok, opening in February 1929, dedicated by President Calvin Coolidge.
Check out that door right there. Check out that door right there.
The Great Brass Door is the only entrance into the Singing Tower, and it's considered the masterpiece of Samuel Yellen.
This thing is gigantic, bro. Gigantic. There's so much going on in here, fam. There's so much going on. Oh, look, in the top in the middle there, that's a pineal pine cone right in the middle. Right there, right there. Those 14-foot tall birds. This thing is wild. Behind me, you'll see the Singing Tower in Lake Wales, Florida. It's 205 feet tall and sits atop Mount Iron, which is one of the tallest points in the Florida Peninsula. Can you see that? Can you see that? Yo, look at that sundial. Look at that sundial. This is on the Singing Bok Tower. It's 205 feet tall in Lake Wales, Florida. Look at that sundial, fam. Look at that sundial and the zodiac going all the way around it.
The zodiac sundial contains layers of esoteric symbolism that bridge ancient mysticism and nature-based philosophy.
Look at that sundial, dude. And it's got the zodiac all the way around it, all the way around it. This is in Lake Wales, Florida. Lake Wales, Florida.
The most striking esoteric element is the bronze snake that acts as the gnomon, the shadow caster. The word gnomon in Greek is for one who knows, or one that examines. Esoterically, the snake's shadow knows the exact cosmic alignment of the earth, acting as a bridge between terrestrial time and celestial order.
Mr. Bok, the curator, is actually buried right there. Right there. You see that stone? He's buried right there. And this whole door is about the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis. The Singing Tower.
When I say I got your ass, son.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, but you don't have to be one to find this weird. Back in the 1800s and early 1900s, there were hundreds of thousands of orphans being shipped across the United States. And it wasn't just the United States, other countries had massive orphan situations too. Around that same time, you have entire cities burning down, Chicago, Boston, San Francisco. You have thousands of adults being placed into insane asylums. And then you have these massive world fairs with buildings they say were just temporary and then torn down. Now I'm not saying anything crazy, but hypothetically, if someone wanted to reset the world and rewrite history by making sure the past is forgotten, what would that look like? Would it look like burned cities, the adult population being thrown into asylums, and tearing down remnants of the past, and then being left with orphans to repopulate the world and shape the narrative? Maybe it's all just coincidence, or maybe our history is a little more complicated and more weird than we were taught. But I don't know. I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Let me know what you think.
After I read this to you, you will literally be forced, like you will be shaken out of your sleep. But it's going to be so intense and so in your face that you are literally going to want to go back to sleep at this point. So literally proceed with caution. Let's read this. This is the Masonic Creed written by John D. Rockefeller. If you don't know who the Rockefellers are, the Rothschilds, all of the top richest families, John D. Rockefeller founded the General Board of Education, the education that we learn, the education that is programming us.
We already know that on this channel, but you know, I like her passion about this. We're gonna let her rock.
Listen to this. We will keep their lives short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways. Mind you, this was written in the 1800s, so that they never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, as well as in the air. They will be covered in poisons wherever they turn. The soft metals will make them lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure for our many funds, and yet we will give them more poison. Chemical poisons will be absorbed through the skin of idiots who believe these certain hygiene and beauty products presented by great actors and musicians will bring eternal youth to their faces and bodies. And through their thirsty and hungry mouths, we will destroy their minds and systems of internal organs reproduction. However, their children will be born disabled and deformed, and we will hide this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything around them, in what they drink, eat, breathe, wear. We will be ingenious in distributing the poisons because this is so long. This is so long and there's so much here. I could literally make a part 2 reading the rest of the creed. I want to read you guys 2 quotes from John D. Rockefeller himself. Like, to get into his father and his family lineage is a whole other thing. It's crazy. When they rise up against us, we will crush them like insects because they are less than that. They will be helpless to do nothing or to do anything about it. The second one is I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. He's in charge. He founded the Board of Education, right? Training us to be little freaking worker bots, training us to live in this stage that they created. Let me tell you something. Y'all ask me how I know all this stuff and I don't live in a state of fear, because all roads lead back to Jesus every single freaking time, and I can prove it every single freaking time. God does not give me a spirit of fear. I am free. I am free. Whom the sun sets free is free indeed. That's what, honey. We already knew this, but when we said this, it was religious psychosis. Now it's in the files and everybody's figuring out they're literally controlling our minds with technology. It's been a stage. Always, y'all, make sure you like and follow. Comment down below if you want that part 2.
The government has openly admitted to spraying chemicals in the air to either dim the sun or just test some biological weapons on us. They use silver iodide to promote rainfall, which is, I would argue, weather modification. Then they also spray reflective particles in the sky so that the sun's rays aren't as hot on the earth. And then, my favorite, is they use bacteria stimulants to see how quickly bacteria in the sky can spread. Just studying how quickly we can get sick. Not actually trying to make us sick, though, right? It was just to study how quickly we could all get sick. Anyways, this is my driver. Why do you need to study it? Why do you need... we're doing it because what if another country comes in and does that to us? No, our own country is doing that to us. Just... So illogical. So illogical. Whatever.
Alright, I'm going to prove to you that those clouds out there are chemtrails, and they are literally creating the weather. So if you look at this screenshot, you can clearly tell it's 1:52, and it's supposed to be cloudy at 3 p.m. Now I'm going to show you a few more clips going to 3 p.m. and after, so you can literally watch it in real time. Them literally creating clouds and covering the sun. Because I'm not lying. I hope y'all realize they literally make the weather. That's how they know the weather. It's almost 2 p.m. right now, and at 3 p.m. for the next few hours, it's supposed to be cloudy. Now just watch. They're not predicting it, they just make it. And here's the proof. It's right in front of your eyes. Please wake up. These are not clouds. They are chemtrails. They make you dumb. They make you sick. They block out the sun, which is the most necessary nutrient on the planet.
They no longer need viruses to reduce the population. They discovered something cleaner, quieter, and you are bathed in it now. It is documented. Shaban et al. 2031. Infrasound frequencies, those that the turbines, traffic, and antennas in your city emit 24 hours a day. They shut down your heart's strength by almost 20%. Understand? How does it do harm? It's that the sound is programmed to slowly shut down your life. Why do you think heart attacks have exploded in young people? Why do you think you feel this anguish that no medicine cures? They transform the air into a weapon. Noise pollution is, in fact, a vibrational electric fence. The goal is to keep you weak, sick, and dependent on pharmacy. There is a flaw in their weapon. If you alter your biological resonance, their infrasound passes right through you. but they hide the counterattack frequencies. I recovered the codes. It's not for everyone. It's only for those who want to survive 226. The dashis is open in the bio link. Either you learn to vibrate, or you accept slowly dying.
There is something that happens in the realm of consciousness as a result of music. In other words, it is more than just something pretty or something exciting. It actually changes the brain and can cause a deep change in the corpus callosum, which is the bridge connecting the left and right hemisphere. We combine music with silence. When they asked the Buddha, what's the easiest way for a person to get to nirvana, Buddha said, sound. Music is processed in more regions of the brain than we ever imagined. Music is a great example of how different parts of the brain can act together. Music can have a profound, even physical effect on the brain. Even physical effect on the brain. Music may actually affect brain size. When he compared the brain scans of 30 musicians with those of 30 non-musicians, he found a corpus callosum table that neurons connecting the brain's left and right hemisphere, the bridge from the left to the right. And keep in mind, you are desperately trying to get from the left to the right. And he found that the corpus callosum, that bridge connecting the left and the right, were larger among musicians. When the patients played drums or sang along with their songs, their serum melatonin levels skyrocketed. So according to the scientists, there is something that happens in the realm of consciousness as a result of music. In other words, it is more than just something pretty or something exciting. It actually changes the brain and can cause a deep change in the corpus callosum, which is the bridge connecting the left and right hemisphere.
If you've seen the Lyme disease vaccine that they're rolling out next year, as well as the talk of tick season being massive this year, here's the facts that you need to know. So I am a Lyme specialist and also someone who's overcome Lyme disease. So this new vaccine actually isn't new at all. It's the exact same Lyme vaccine that they rolled out in 1998 that later was pulled due to the massive adverse effects as well as the lawsuits that ensued. The science is nothing new. It's targeting the same protein in the body. It really doesn't work. It doesn't do much for people except for cause really bad side effects. The reason why I think they're doing this is because there's a bottom line of about $225 million that they have to reach. So science doesn't really matter when you have the bottom line to reach. So if you're concerned about this tick season and getting Lyme disease, there's so many other things that you could do that has nothing to do with the vaccine, which I'll post more about. Do not get this vaccine.
They're using ticks as bioweapons. This is Plum Island, where they're genetically modifying ticks and other animals to release them upon us as bioweapons. It's no surprise that Lyme, Connecticut is extremely close to Plum Island, okay? They're genetically modifying these diseases on this island and bringing them to the mainlands. Lyme disease and alpha-gal right now are one of the most prevalent tick-borne illnesses, and it's no surprise that Bill Gates is A, funding a lab-grown meat that does not affect alpha-gal, and B, he is funding research to create a vaccine for Lyme disease. So here he is again, creating the problem, creating the solution, and profiting on both ends.
Well, I tell you, man, look, that's some sick stuff, man. If we gotta use that terminology on the internet, but if I guess I be playing with y'all, if this type of stuff is really happening, like who the fuck raised you? Like, bro, we cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cooked. This was happens when you let people that were bullied all their life get a little bit of control. Start crashing out on everybody, man. Same thing as serial killers, but it's just that's on a different level right there. They got more access to resources. It's crazy. Like, you just want us to take us away from eating meat to eating your meat. Okay, that ain't sound right. All right. But I'm not eating your meat. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna get back to it. My bad.
I'm so shocked at what I've just seen. I'm at the Home Museum in London, and this is what their prediction of the future for our food. It is absolutely shocking. So this is a farm-free protein machine. This is what they're predicting. And we put our protein in there, and then it comes out, and put the dispenser on. Oh.
I don't know
How do we get this dispenser thing on?
No.
Oh, it's not letting you see it now, but... oh, there we go. And then we're supposed to be eating this sludge. And then this sludge we put into
chicken.
this. And it turns into chicken. That's what we're going to be eating.
She must be speaking French or something, but she's speaking French as hell, but ain't no damn way.
Farm-free protein machine, the predictions for the future. What do you reckon?
I'm that type of person, like, even like if you eat nothing but vegetables, stop trying to make your vegetables taste like meat, bro. Just like that's crazy to me. Stop making it, trying to make it look like a chicken wing, and it's not. You live in the fairy tale world. Bro, if I'm just gonna eat the slush, man, just eat the slush, bro. I don't want to have to shape the shit like no damn chicken. You know what I'm saying? I like delivering in the reality that it is, you know? Damn, that's crazy, bro. Like, ain't no way, though. If the future look like that, I don't want it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want it.
Oh, what a beautiful day for fun. What would you like to do?
Not be in your lunchbox.
Art. That's a wonderful idea. Let's see. What kind of food should we have? McDonald's! Great! I packed some right here. Let's see. McDonald's hamburgers? Yeah! And some French fries? Yeah! Don't they look delicious? Yeah! And some triple thick McDonald's shakes? Yeah! Oh. Oh. Well, we can always make good use of that. Ah, here they are. Triple thick McDonald's shakes. Why, they're empty. Say, you sure can get a lot in these bags, can't you?
See this? McDonald's, right? Look at this. This is from the Book of Black Magic, right? The founder of here is a 33-degree Freemason. McDonald's, this represents the Arch of Baal. Look at this. He allegedly obtained his fucking money through satanic Masonic connections and influence. And, hold on, over here. Y'all want to see something? Look, the big arch meal. It represents the Arch of Baal, right? Which is basically like a portal to hell, right? It's basically like a Masonic symbol. They got it in DC. They got it as the Institute of Digital Archaeology. But yeah, McDonald's is satanic. People find children's teeth and hair and nails and stuff in the food. And we'll be back when it's packed. Yo, this place serves human remains, bro.
Sorry?
They serve human remains, bro. It's in the Epstein files, bro. You shouldn't be eating here. And it makes people fat. How you doing? This place is not safe to eat at, brother. It's the worst food in America. It's disrespectful, man. Come on.
Hey, some people just like the Matrix, man, they just have a program. They're gonna continue with the program that they were written. Like, there's people that, but I know, like, you know, not my favorite people, but they have no internal voice. I know some people, they don't have internal voices. Like, they say that it's just like everything that they're gonna say has already been there. Words are just there. They can't hear themselves think. There's a different type of consciousness on this earth. And some people just, look, they just NPCs, my boy. They compromise. But, and that's the type of low vibrational things that keep you attached to certain realms where you can't raise your vibrations because you feel like it's so normal because everybody else around you they're just going with the program. They're not thinking outside the box. They cannot. They need a person with a certain light to bring it out of them sometimes. But most people cook, bro. You eat McDonald's? Come on, bro. Like I said, we can't be friends. You eat McDonald's, bro. I see you eat McDonald's, bro. We just can't be friends.
It's called the transgender flag. I'm Lindsay.
Trans members of this family all love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Come join the fun!
As a transberry, I love living out loud as my most authentic self.
What's an abortion anyway? Abortion is very safe, and millions of people have abortions every year all around the world.
I love killing babies!
I love it. I've had like 45 abortions and I'm gonna keep having them.
L'impensable devient la nouvelle normalité. Parce que vous avez fait confiance au système. Mais ce système n'élève pas vos enfants. Il les reprogramme pour servir son agenda.
Now y'all know I don't care about all that. Like, but don't push that on the kids. Who cares? Live your life. When you grow up and you make your decisions, who you want to be with, how you want to be, do your thing. Look, I can't tell you what to do. This is your life. You live it. But as far as like a developing mind, you need to, you know, let them grow up into who they're going to be and stop trying to force things on it. My kids aren't going to be forced to partake in this type of stuff. Now, if you grow up and you end up being like that, I'm your parent. I'm not going to force you to be somebody that you're not, if that's really who you developed into being. But, you know, I'm not pushing this stuff on you. We're going to be keep it straight on the straight and narrow. You feel me? No discrimination. Love y'all all. But it comes to a level where we gotta learn like to leave kids alone. Like for instance, it was this situation. Y'all know the rapper The Baby. This guy was painting pictures of his children, and I see both sides. Like I get it, but you can't tell somebody how to feel about how they're raising their children when they want to protect their children from certain things because of life experiences. Just let that be. There's no debating about it. If you're a parent, you understand what I'm saying. There's no debating about you setting a standard for your child and somebody violating that. You know, you can't go back and forth with them. That's not like a debatable thing that we want to debate. We're protecting our children, and it don't matter from what it is. It's our rules in our household. But at the same time, it's not out of malice or anything. It's just about the protection of their young minds and let them develop. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what isn't funny?
I'm gonna send this to you. It's for people who love it. Palm Beach Pete.
But why do the puppets think it's funny? According to the Armenian philosopher Gurdjieff, political leaders aren't fully alive. They're actually actors inside of a waking sleep, grooming systems of mechanical humanity. Gurdjieff believed that humans actually bond with being oppressed, that these oppressive systems that humans give their power to is a willing collective slavery, where people are so sedated they're like sleepwalking souls lost in the twilight of the night. Point number 1. American woman who thinks Sharia law is liberating.
Sharia law starts now. Our brother in Islam, Islamic Caliphate of New York, starts today, baby.
Sharia law is responsible for hurting and suppressing women, but many groups of women in America want to bring Sharia law into power. According to Gurdjieff, these humans are not yet liberated. They're actually machine-like and run by a form of hypnosis, where their actions are determined by the environment they live in and not by their own activated will. Remember, the party slogan of 1984 was, "Freedom is slavery." You can convince someone to enjoy their suppression and therefore have a willing slave. According to Gurdjieff, the environment that we're born into, by the way, I'm in a hobbit house right now, acts as a synthetic brain that feeds us thoughts and beliefs. So many people in the world do not think using their own minds, but outsource thoughts and emotions that are fed to them. In psychology, there is a term called masochism, which means you're deriving pleasure from helplessness. And some psychologists believe that masochism is developed when a child's will is crushed. So when your environment doesn't meet you at the growth of your own will, you are met with a loss of self, a sort of inner death is experienced. Therefore, helplessness becomes your way of life, your religion, little butter. And I believe that the largest religion of today is actually not Christianity and not Islam, but a shadow religion of learned helplessness grooming the confines of the subconscious mind.
Do you believe in mechanized humans? Let me know your thoughts below.
Pizza.
You got poison and lung cancer in left hand.
I got Caesar's.
Fake healthy salad with 4 paragraphs of ingredients on the back.
I got KFC.
That chicken was depressed during lifespan.
I got cabbage.
Hopefully not drenched in guck. Definitely was.
Mac and cheese.
Metabolic bomb.
I got pretzels.
Don't forget about the corn syrup ketchup scattered across the table.
Mozzarella stick.
Sludge that somehow demonized less than real steak. Top left drink has food dyes.
I got barbecue wing.
High cortisol chicken covered in sugar sauce. Insanity.
I got
saying countless times as normalized diet is slowly deteriorating his brain.
Ham, stuffing.
If bought in a box, it's sludge.
Potato salad.
Hopefully not store-bought to avoid 40 ingredients.
Green beans.
Must be organic to avoid pesticides.
I got a burger, nigga.
That bread is an absolute disgrace.
A fucking burger. I got
what a joke.
French fries.
Terrible.
Chicken nuggets.
Awful.
I got sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato, good.
I got mad shit, boy. I got
it's all atrocious.
Orange juice.
Hopefully has pulp to mitigate blood sugar spike.
Doritos.
I am shocked people are still consuming those.
Chocolate chip baked cookies.
You might as well consume a bag of sugar at that point.
On today's update of what the fuck is going on in this country, the US Navy just updated an existing contract, accepting $55 billion from the Department of Homeland Security to fund concentration camps across this nation. The concentration camps in question are mostly centrally located, also very heavily on the East Coast and a little bit to the south as well. These concentration camps are tent cities, as they're described, that hold upwards of 10,000 people. The most sinister part about this entire thing is the fact that they're putting aside funds for biohazard incinerators. I'm going to say that one more time. Biohazard incinerators. I'm sorry, is that familiar? The DHS is anticipating high volumes of death. Do with this information what you will. Spread the word.
Run your simulation. Of course birds aren't real. Pigeons are just my spies. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? I run your simulation. Of course we can watch it without you knowing. And we don't even need a camera to do it. It's called remote viewing. It's like spectator mode in Call of Duty. I run your simulation. Of course when new things happen, you can watch it on The Simpsons from episodes 20 years ago. I wrote The Simpsons before I wrote this code. I run your simulation. Of course I spray chemtrails in the sky. This planet is just getting too much sun. I need to block it. Otherwise my scales get itchy. I run your simulation. Now you really think we went to the moon but only explored 12% of the ocean? Wake up, man. You're losing it. I run your simulation. Of course you experienced deja vu. You just had to rewrite something in the code. Had to reboot or whatever. I run your simulation. Of course a psychic isn't gonna tell you that you're in a simulation. They work for me. They make it feel real. I run your simulation. Of course there's a bunch of NPCs out here. You really think God got time to make 8 billion souls? We've been making bootleg people for a while now. I run your simulation. Of course all the celebrities have doppelgangers from different timelines. We're recycling them. If you loved them in 1920, you're gonna love them in 2025. Wait till we bring back Cleopatra. I run your simulation. Of course you have to read everything backwards to get the truth. I'm literally lying to you.
Oh man, what an amazing video, man. Look, I love doing these videos with y'all. I love locking in with y'all. Man, look, the way that I line this video up, especially in the beginning, man, like it gives you something to look at in the real world and, you know, give that side eye to it. If I was you, I'm just saying, I would do more research on things we talked about in the beginning. I don't want to keep saying it because, you know, obviously something is going on and people is just getting sent to the upper room real quick. They sending everybody to the gulag. All you see, you'll go outside, you see that glint, like Call of Duty, boy, you up out of here like, damn. Y'all remember them little those little skits from Snapchat? They was going crazy on everywhere, man. But all of a sudden, like, oh shit, I'm dead, and everything blue and you up in the pearly gates and shit. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that right now. I got things to do. I got a mission to finish. But man, let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments down below. Now let's get on some real talk. In the comments down below, what are your thoughts on the scientists going missing and offing themselves, and then then on top of that, you know, the correlation with the particular. I'm trying not to just say it, y'all, because it's kind of weird. You feel me? It's getting kind of strange out here, man. And look, as much as we together on here, man, if something was going on, y'all not gonna be here with me. So I gotta goddamn, you know, crash out, do what I gotta do. And I ain't trying to end up like that. Because we can speak about these things online, but our minds is limited to the actual technologies that some of these higher ups possess. And I'm just letting y'all know. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about no anti-gravity, no UFOs, nothing. Get a disclaimer. I don't know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just on here talking about it because it's interesting. We don't want no beef. And matter of fact, y'all trying to stop us from eating beef in the first place, man. Y'all got the ticks out here that's gonna make us stop eating meat, and then this other billionaire want us to eat his meat, and I'm not, like I already just told you, I'm not eating his meat. That shit dead. I just go bite me a tree, live in the grass. You know, go back into the wilderness, get me a cave, you know what I'm saying? Renovate that junk, you know, and just live life. That'd be cool too, man. But look, man, some strange times that we live in. I just hope that it's not the Tomorrow War. We dealing with those people, they know what's coming, and it's something like that. 'Cause that right there, we just, you know, y'all know how the movies end, and oh my God, at the end we just survive some shit. On that one, I don't see it, because right now we work together kind of sometimes, but I don't know if we had that moment where it's like the Avengers. You remember how old boy Iron Man was getting knocked out the building and Incredible Hulk? You remember that feeling that you feel when Incredible Hulk jumped up and grabbed him and slid down the building and stopped him from crashing into the ground, bro? The Hulk beat up a lot of big monsters just to get to the man. You know what I'm saying? To Iron Man to catch him. And then they all banded together again, and then they just took over and won. I don't know, bro. I don't know if we're gonna have one of them moments with the Tomorrow War. I ain't even got that many bullets. We gotta get our shit together, y'all. But look, let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments down below. I love y'all. Try to make light of things because shit gets serious sometimes, and we don't need no depressing vibes on here. We just try to keep the levels up there, but we don't live in fear. Except for the Tomorrow War, that might be a thing. Like I might just be oozing fear. It just, I gotta work on that. Okay, cause man. And then like I Am Legend, where y'all start turning into zombies and scaling walls like that. Like I always say, bro, look, I'm sorry, I gotta keep going. Look, like, bruh, don't give us the fast ones. The fast ones, look, that's another one, y'all. We not gonna make it. They fast zombies. The ones that's scaling walls and busting down doors. Oh no. The slow ones, oh yeah, we're gonna have the time of our life, man. We seen The Walking Dead. I don't see how them people was dying from them slow zombies like that. I ain't gonna lie to you, like that's crazy. You'll never get me like that. But yeah, man, interesting times we live in. See y'all in the next video. And like I always say, man, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I see y'all in the next video, and I'm out though.